based on where he's from, I understand. $10 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
It's too much money. Look, I wouldn't have passed it up too. Who's going to pass up 10 M's? If you're joining this live stream right now and you passing up 10 M's, put your comment in the chat right now, and I want to call you a liar.
If you're going to say no to 10 M's, you're a fucking liar.
You're lying.
You're lying.
It's okay though.
Oh,
don't worry. We know. Shit, some of y'all motherfuckers will go crazy for 100,000.
I'd go to Ohio State for 10 M's.
What? For 100,000? Y'all are switching up.
Man, quick. I'm at USC with the quickness. What the fuck?
Exactly.
I like the. I love the. I love the motherfucking. Look at this guy. You don't know what to add it to.
Look, I got it now. There we go. All right, there we go. All right, man. Look, everybody, you know what I'm saying, filing in. It's gonna be a great night. I feel like this is gonna be a funny show. But we got football, baby. I mean, look, who's been watching the bowl games? That's my question. I watched a little bit of the LA Bowl last night. Not gonna lie, it was ass. Okay, but I did enjoy seeing Cal, you know what I'm saying, go a little crazy. But other than that, man, bowl season, it don't really start until like late December. So I can't be mad at it.
Those first few bowl games are tough on the eyes a little bit. But it can be crazy.
They had
UNLV for sure.
What they have? They had UNLV on TV last night.
Yeah,
I was at some random bar in New York, sauced. So I didn't even realize who won the game. I was like, oh, they won. There's like maybe 7 bowl games I care about. That not even care about, but I care to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We speaking of the black quarterback resurgence. I mean, Malik Hodge-Williams, he's looking like he's the best quarterback on the roster. Or, well, your boy ain't on the roster no more. He was like, yeah, fuck y'all. Y'all ain't paying me my money. Fuck y'all. I feel you, though. All right, man.
We got a first timer, though. We got a first
timer. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to do my official intro because we gotta make sure everybody knows this is a rare appearance. We've been trying to get Jake on the show for at least 3 years. Not even lying.
At least.
Yeah. So welcome in, everybody. It is Pay for Play, hosted by your boy Roddy. Please go ahead and follow us at Pay for Play. If you follow us at Pay for Play, you would know that we're giving away $250. If you guess the bracket challenge correctly, you got to have a 100 like an Asian parent. You know what I'm saying? We ain't accepting 98s or 97s. All right. We need 100% out there. All right. So go ahead and join up on that bracket challenge. We're giving away $250. We'll get the money to you any way you see fit. You got at least a day. We're coming up on 24 hours left. So make sure y'all join in. We definitely want y'all to get that bread. And yeah, man, we're here. We're back again. We took a week off. Army, Navy. Anybody watch Army, Navy in here? No? Anybody saluted the troops?
Absolutely. I watched every minute.
No, you didn't, because the playing game was on. No, or not. The tournament game was on. So no,
I didn't watch the second of that bullshit at all. Come on, man. I'd rather watch women's volleyball over that.
Hey, women's volleyball. It's a time. Anyway, now we got a special guest in the building. As we said, we've been trying to get the kid on the show for a while. Jake is in the building. My friend, how you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on. Ready to talk this college football playoff. Hopefully we can give some good looks for the people this weekend and break down these matchups.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's what we came here to do. And there's a lot of good games. We'll get into them, of course, but we want to get into our intros first. Sam, how you doing?
Doing well. Very excited for this game tomorrow. The state is buzzing. Like I've got sales managers at work calling in sick, dropping $1,000 on tickets. Like it is by far and away the hottest ticket maybe in the country. Like if you look at all the other games, ticket prices are low. I've got other people at the company like saying, "Oh, if we win, like I'd rather go to the Sugar Bowl because I'm not going to drop 5 G's on tickets and the whole weekend." So I mean, I don't know. I love the energy in the air. I think there's going to be a lot of red in the stadium. And going back to the bracket challenge, I wanted to bring this up on stream because one of the more wild tiebreakers, I don't know if you all actually like read it because I misread it at first. The tiebreaker for the bracket challenge is the point total for the entire playoff.
Oh, really?
That's one of the more wild things that I've ever seen. Like the entirety of the playoff. I thought it was the championship game. I think I put 52 on the first one. And then I had to go back after someone alerted me that it was the entire playoff. So, yeah, very excited for it. Ready to get the playoff going. I'm amped.
There we go. We love to hear it. Sosa, how you doing?
You lucky my camera got cut off and my mic got fucked up too, because I wanted to talk about that shit first. I wanted to say, I wish I was privileged enough to spend thousands of dollars on tickets to show up to see my team get their ass fucking whooped. Can't believe people are doing that. So, but I mean, that's what's happening. So
we have a battle, as if you didn't know, on the show this evening. We have an IU alumni, we have a Notre Dame fan, so we're gonna get into that game very soon. Don't you guys worry. We really should make that the last game we talk about, just to, you know what I'm saying, give it a little.
Just like all the other Notre Dame people, no one actually went there; they're just fans.
What do you mean by that, people?
Ooh.
Don't try that.
You don't love Jesus?
You know I'm not like that.
You don't love Jesus, Sosa?
What you should have said is, you're the first person I ever seen look like you be a Notre Dame fan, and you be honest.
No.
That'd be the honest truth. But it's cool.
You see this? I can't get away with shit like that. So
You're right. Sorry for putting you in that situation, brother.
And that's that IU education right there, brother. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's that IU education. So,
they teach you how to Eurostep there pretty well.
I'm smarter than I fucking look.
Now we're looking at the ticket prices right here. So obviously, like Sam said, this is the hottest ticket in the first round, $390. I would say I'm not shocked because it's supposed to snow that Penn State and SMU is, you know what I'm saying, low prices. But regardless, all of these kids are on break right now. So, you know, having them show up in general is going to be like a bonus to basically. So, I mean, Jake, when you're looking at this, do you think the ticket prices wise, do you think that this is going to be the best game that the people can, buy into?
You're talking about the Indiana Notre Dame game?
Yeah.
I mean, if I was an Indiana fan, I would pay whatever to go to that game because, I mean, that program's never been on this level in college football. Notre Dame, they have been. If I was a Notre Dame fan, I might wait because I'll give my pick later on the game, but that might be foreshadowing a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if I was an Indiana fan, I'd pay up to $1,000 to go to this game. I mean, you've never seen this before. You've never been to a playoff. I mean, you barely make bowl games in Bloomington. That's not to hate on them, but Cignetti has done a wonderful job in their first year. And yeah, I think that's why
it is. Before this year, it was statistically the worst D1 or Power 4 program in the country in the history of college football. So you're absolutely right.
And that's why I think the ticket prices are so high. I think Indiana fans are actually driving up the sales for the prices for tickets on secondary sites.
I wouldn't be surprised at that at all. I mean, I totally agree. I think this is probably
they're a secondary team.
Yeah, I mean, look, even with SMU and everything they've went through with the death penalty that they had, them being in the first expanded playoff, then moving to the ACC. I wouldn't be shocked if they have a good amount of their fans going there. But if you've ever been to State College, Pennsylvania, you know it's literally in the middle of nowhere. It's not a fun place to be. It's kind of hard to get to. Like, you either got to fly into Pittsburgh and drive like 3 or 4 hours, fly into Philly and drive like 5. So, yeah, but I think the fans would do it just for the opportunity. Don't think that's going to be a competitive game, but, maybe. And what are you talking about, man? This is Jake has been here, man. What are you talking about? He's the number one Michigan fan I know, at least. I don't know nobody else. Maybe Brink, but that's it. So we'll go ahead and get into the show today, though. We wanted to start before we get to the games with the transfer portal. Obviously, it's opened up just like every year since its inception. We've had a lot of kids, a lot of big names in it. Zach Branch is there. Nick Anderson is there. So we'll start with Sam here, because I think y'all have probably done the best in the portal as of right now. How are you feeling about, what's been going on in the portal?
I love it, man. It's the portal giveth and the portal taketh. I think it's been a drug that I can't quit. You're getting proven guys, unlike these last couple of years where you're kind of getting some Louisiana guys that want to come back home. Kind of made that a priority the last couple of seasons, but there's a different level of guys that are coming in. Like, you're getting proven guys that have proven it elsewhere that are coming in, can contribute immediately and fill positions of need. So I like it a lot. I guess the Bryce Underwood money is going elsewhere. I'm glad they're repurposing it. It's not just sitting out, not being used. So you got Nuss back using that money. I love it. So I think the wide receiver core is going to be great if we can shore up the offensive line. I'm really excited for the team next year. So especially with like year 2 of the defensive staff that we've put in place. I think they were doing a lot with a little this year and kind of got the best out of what they had to deal with. And if you get some actual guys that have proven it elsewhere and can come in and step up, you're not relying, like, just have a good amount of depth coming in, especially with the recruiting class that you have. DBU feels like it's coming back into form. And so I'm loving it. I hope we get more. So I think we just need a couple more additions, and I think we'll be right in the playoff mix next year, especially with Nuss back.
Okay, all right, for sure. Sosa, any big surprises in the portal? Any things of note?
What? I'm gonna actually take the bad guy side on this one. I think that they need to make this portal thing something that happens like fully postseason.
Right.
Because
it'll never happen.
I know, yeah. but it's fucking up things. It's fucking up a lot of shit. I'll be honest with you. Like, players who don't want to transfer at this particular moment don't have a choice. Why? Because the schools that might be interested in them, other players are already in the portal. You're preparing for a bowl game, that kid's already in the portal. So what do you have to do? You have to tell a team that's playing in a bowl game, hey, I'm transferring, I gotta go. That's detrimental to the playoff. That's not good. Players who are in the games, who are playing in these big games, are now electing to, listen, I got to get my name in the portal. We're talking $2 million, bro. We're talking $1 million. I don't give a fuck about your bowl game. I'm not making that today. And I think, like, that's the only issue I have with it. As a Notre Dame fan, we've done really good in the transfer portal. And I'm obviously happy with how we were able to add players and stuff the last couple of seasons. But again, it's with every positive, there's a negative. And there's got to be some kind of balance here, because you're alienating a lot of teams that still have things to play for, and players on teams that still have a lot to play for. Like, for example, how many players you think from Georgia are going to enter? Like, that's another thing too. The teams that are still playing, right? There are players who will still enter the transfer portal after they play these bowl games.
Yeah, a lot of people think Gunner's going to still enter the portal regardless.
And that's my thing. It's like, I'll give you a perfect example. I think Ewers could be in the transfer portal. I think after, and we're not even, and like, think about it. Arch Manning is the guy next year. He's on the Manning plan. He don't sit for 3 seasons anywhere if your last name is Manning. That's over with, right? If Quinn Ewers says, I'm not going to college, he immediately is the number 1 quarterback available in the portal. And we're talking a flow of $2 million for 1 season at any school that needs a quarterback. What if he ends up at fucking Clemson next year? That changes everything.
My thing was did you see the Penn State guy enter the portal, the backup QB? Like, say,
yes,
that's my thing.
Say Howard gets hurt, and then they're on their 3rd string. Like,
and what the head coach said? The head coach said he did not want to transfer.
Exactly. Yeah.
Franklin said he did not want to transfer. but you placed this 19-year-old in a situation where he can change his life financially by going to another school and going there now, as opposed to giving the team he's on right now a full squad available to beat the opponent that they're currently facing. I don't like that. I think it's fucked up.
It's going to be tough. That's why I was going to talk with you about, Jake. Like Pribula,
same thing happened with
getting burned. Like, I'm surprised he's getting burned. I mean, I know he's coming in like, you know, I'm a Saints fan. Obviously, you see, like on the Taysom Hill packages, you know what I'm saying? They let him throw the ball a little bit, but he was getting burned. He was having opportunities to show schools, even if it was in small, I guess, segments, that he could be a successful quarterback somewhere else. So
you saw the same thing happen with Malik Murphy last year. I mean, it's never. I don't know how they're going to fix it as long as it's tied to the school calendar.
I like that kid. You know why I like that kid? Because he's going to do this every year for the next 2 years. He's going to do it again. He's going to go somewhere, perform well, and like whoever's giving me the biggest check, I'm pulling up. He just did it once. He did it once. He's going to do it again.
I called him DJU Jr. today. That's who he is.
Yeah, but
he's going to do it again. He's going to do it again. It's check after check at this point.
Now, I feel you on the money part. I totally understand that. I can't pass that up. But you're going to a school who is basically trying to consider like what we're going to do conference-wise. We're in a 2-team conference right now, and you're going to commit to that. I know you might have money, and they Duke brought in the other kid. Who did Duke get the transfer over there? It's slipping my mind. I can't remember, but
they totally tampered too with the guy. Like he like it was bad. Who was it?
Yeah, just like the kid from Washington State.
Yeah, that
his OC took a job where Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. He went right with him.
And he's in 2 weeks later, Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna. I like him.
Oh, they got
the kid from Washington State.
Oh, he's gonna be good.
Hooper.
Roddy, they got the Tulane kid. Duke.
Yeah. They got what's his name? Derek Mensah. Yeah. So I don't know what's happening in the transfer portal. It's kind of like in soccer. I know y'all ain't the hugest soccer fans, maybe me, Jake, and Sosa, but it's like the transfer market in soccer. Mm-hmm. Don't try to guess what's about to happen because we don't know about most of these dealings. So there's really no way to predict it unless, we have it in front of us that so-and-so has these new colors on. So
I want to, I want to see? Sorry to cut you off, Sam. You know what I want to see? I want to see like a valuation sheet of how these teams are deciding on what they offer players. Has anyone that's what I want to see. I want to see like, okay, so like obviously they have agents or whatever now, right? So it's like, what do these look like? I haven't seen it. I have no idea.
I'm telling you right now, what they did is the bag man.
Ask you what they offer you. Like,
that's what it is. That's what it is. The bag man that they had back when this stuff was illegal. They said, hey, sit your ass in this accounting class, sit your ass in this finance class, and learn how to do this shit. And let's portion out our money, evenly and distribute it like it's supposed to be. So I think that's what it is. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't see anything different.
It's worse than NFL free agency.
I don't like the portal at all. I do. I don't think kids should be able. I think it should be like old times. Like you can transfer once, and you're good. But like I'm sick of seeing kids go to like two. Like there was this kid that transferred from Michigan. He went to Utah, Cam Calhoun, and he just left to go to Bama. Like he would have started the last 2 years at Michigan. Like all he had to do was sit one season, and he's from Cincinnati. Like I've watched this kid play. Like he's like that. But I don't like seeing kids like play for 4 different schools in 4 years.
But you know what? It's also this is another thing is that like outside of the quarterback position, I think that like it's a good thing because the players, if they're playing everywhere they go, you have to think they're developing at a better rate, right? Because it's like if you're a high recruit and you don't go to Alabama, you end up going to, like you said, a Utah or wherever, right? Because no knock on Utah, but like they're not getting 5-star recruits left and right? If they do, it'll probably be a transfer. So you go there, you play immediately because you play in a position of need, and then it becomes like free agency in sports. But I do like the idea. See, also when you used to transfer, you used to have to sit out a year.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That's another thing that, again, there's so many things that have changed, and they've changed it all very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really what we're looking at. It's like when something changes quickly, it's like you introduce the transfer portal and NIL. It's made for chaos.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll just say one last thing. Sosa, I agree with you. Like, I just don't know how we fix the schedule. That's the biggest issue with it right now. As long as it's tied to like the university's like academic calendar, it's never going to work because we either need to start games earlier in the year and play them in like the middle of fucking July, or just be sensible and realize that college football is bigger than these universities and it's time to like come to your senses. You can't have free agency going on during the playoffs. Like it doesn't work.
Right.
Like if that was going on in the NFL, that would be a fucking joke. It's not over. So
right.
as long as that's the biggest issue, it's never going to like be fair.
Like imagine in the NBA, the playoffs start, and then all the teams that didn't make the playoffs, they can make any transaction they want in regards to free agents available. Imagine that.
And the ones that's what we're dealing with. And
that's
the ones
crazy.
That are active in the playoffs. I mean,
that shit's fucking crazy, dude. And that's like I said, I'm all for player empowerment. You know me, get paid, get all the money you can. This shit don't last forever. Your talent don't last forever. Get every fucking dollar. But it's got to have some sort of structure to this shit, bro. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
it really is. And the thing is, this is the first year of the playoff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's going to expand in 2 years.
And next year, when
is it?
And then next year, when half the fucking teams are in the SEC that make the playoffs, and then listen, I'm telling you, matter of fact, let's get into these games because I got some wild thoughts in regards to some of these games. I don't know what was next on the list. I'm not trying to rush things. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like
Can I say one last thing about the portal?
Sure,
I do think these like recruiting sites lie about how much kids get. I don't think they get as much as they say. Because Bryce only got 8.7. He didn't get like 12 million.
Yeah,
he only got 8.7.
But how much is he making for each Barstool pop up? And does that count as part of it? Like
no, that's not. Now that's not a part of it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, did he really?
I'm saying what he was initially offered is 8.7.
He's gonna be on campus for 3 years and walk out with 50 M's in the bank. I'm telling you, because it'll be like Bryce Underwood is signed to Jordan, and it's like he can do that. Like that's what will start happening because you just see that's a dog. That's what is next. You already see it at USC. Juju just signed a huge deal with Nike. What the fuck does people think about to happen, bro? Like this is about to get insane over the next couple of years. Imagine if half the team, like, bro, Cooper Flagg's got to deal with New Balance, and he's not allowed to wear them. Like, because Duke is a Nike school. That's the times we're in. That's insane to even think. That's crazy.
This point, why are they even going to school? Like, I'm honest.
That's gonna be next. That's gonna be next. If it wasn't for tradition, I would say that would be really the only thing. Like, that's the only real reasoning and like vibes and all type of shit.
Roddy, college football is better than NFL. As soon as we lose the schools,
but you know what they'll do? It's over. You know what they'll do? I think what they're scaling right now is this: how bad does the transfer portal and NIL affect graduation rates? And I think that what will happen is institutions will start putting a little bit more onus on that.
Yeah.
And that will eventually make for change because like you're going to see institutions that are in bed with the money, but it hurts the product of the actual institution outside of football. So you got to think like, what is it going to take for some level of policing? And I hate the police to actually happen. Just saying.
Yeah. And to answer Chuck's question, it's always been to either one, spite the agent. The school leaks that to spite the agent for, saying, fuck you, your terms aren't, realistic or what we thought they were going to be. Or it's the agent leaking it to try to drive the player's price up. Like, that's all it is. That's really all it is. It's like a regular negotiation.
And I know I'm probably the last person to say this as a Michigan fan since we have the Ellison dude, but we have to do something about Oregon. Phil Knight. Is.
Do you have
Get the fuck out of here, dude? I knew we shouldn't have had him on the fucking show. Man's got the second richest man in the fucking universe.
But it's not like we bought.
He didn't even fucking go to Michigan. He fucking went to Illinois. What the fuck is like? Get the fuck out of here.
It was only for Bryce though. It's not like we really went after like.
Oh no, it's gonna be more than just for like. Did you hear yourself? I know we got Ellison.
Jake, do this right here.
I know we got Elon Musk, but
you see that jump man right there? Yeah, that's the check, buddy. Yeah, come on now.
Like what?
We got
to do something about these billionaires, bro.
Move on.
We got to do something.
Life's too good, man. We're getting 5-star quarterbacks in Michigan. What the fuck's going on? We got to do something about these. We got to do something about these billionaires, bro.
Oh my God, Jake, you are hilarious. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Chuck,
no, save this game for last.
Save the best for last.
Okay,
and by that I mean Notre Dame.
All right, let's go to a lesser game, a much lesser game. We'll go to Penn State hosting SMU in Happy Valley. Like we said, 8.5-point spread right now in favor of Penn State. It's going to be at noon. Apparently, there is going to be some snow in this game. That's what they said. That's what they told me. Obviously, if you were here early on in the pod, you saw that we said that this is the cheapest ticket. We kind of know why that is. I mean, if you're looking at the forecast right now, we can see right here. Yeah, some snow, 25 degrees. Not ideal. Okay. And if I have the choice to go to break or to attend this game, I'm going on break and I'm watching it at home. All right. So we'll start with Jake, the resident Big Ten like lifer in here. How are you feeling
weak ass conference?
I mean, look, y'all did y'all play them this year? I don't think y'all did.
No, we didn't. They're too scared of us.
Yeah, exactly. So how you feeling about this matchup with Penn State and
SMU? I actually have already placed a bet in this one. I'll just get that out of the way. I am taking SMU in the first half to cover. I think Penn State will come out slow, actually, in this one. And, big game James usually fumbles the bag in all these top 10 matchups. So I think they come out slow and tight. Pause. I don't think it's a good start for the Nittany Lions. I think they'll eventually dominate in the trenches as the game goes on. And I think Singleton and Katron Allen will take over the game. I expect a shaky game from Aller, though. I can't put my faith in that dude to win them a game. That's why deeper into the playoffs, I think they'll eventually bow out of it.
Okay, I feel you. Sam, how you feeling?
I watched Penn State kind of dominate Oregon in the trenches. Sosa was pretty spot on with that in his analysis for the Big Ten championship. Penn State didn't cover, so I'm not going to give you that much credit. You put your money on big game James, like Jake said. So I think, and like the same time we watched SMU have trouble with Clemson in the trenches all night in the AC championship game. They were able to kind of get it going in the second half. But I think Penn State jumps on them early. It's a noon whiteout, which, oh my God, Penn State, you can do a fucking night out or whiteout not at night. Who would have thunk? So, it
doesn't look as cool.
It doesn't look as cool, but who gives a shit? If you're trying to get the big game atmosphere, why are you doing it for Illinois instead of Ohio State? Just stop.
They don't let.
They're doing another whiteout. They're doing it at noon. God forbid. I think it'll still be a good environment for Penn State. It's going to be snowing. I think they have the ultimate home field advantage of any team in the first round. And, I will take Penn State -9, and I have another play. Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, anytime touchdown parlay, +156.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
I love this guy. I love this guy. Is Penn State belt to ass start to finish, bro? This shit won't be close. SMU should have got smoked in that game. The only reason SMU was able to stay competitive is because Clemson struggles against mobile quarterbacks, just like Texas. We'll get into that afterwards.
I don't want to derail this because I want to go on a quick tangent though. I don't want to see whenever SMU loses this game by however many points they lose by. I do not want to fucking see everyone on Twitter like, oh, we should have had Alabama in this game. Win the fucking games. Win the fucking games.
Say it louder.
Quit having your fucking AD cry on Twitter about, oh, we shouldn't have scheduled tough games out of conference. You scheduled Western Kentucky, Mercer, at Wisconsin, and Wisconsin 5-7 Wisconsin team.
How about
the fuck up?
How about don't lose the fucking Vanderbilt?
That's like 500 teams.
I mean, that's like losing. That's like losing to Rutgers.
Like the only thing cool about Vanderbilt's team is they got a quarterback that cusses a lot.
You lost to Oklahoma too. Oklahoma's the worst they've been in 25 years.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah,
in this one,
2 500 teams. It's bad, and I'm so sick of like the Alabama fans. Like that week or like the couple days after the playoff bracket was released, like it was nauseating on Twitter about how we shouldn't schedule these games, or should the SEC schedule tough games going forward? Yes, you fucking should, because that's the only reason you were considered was beating Georgia. That's your only reason. That's the only thing you had to stand on was your win against Georgia. But it doesn't matter. Like if you play those tough games and you win them, you have those extra. You have the ability to lose a game going forward. But yeah, so.
No, I couldn't agree more with what you're saying. I have a couple friends who are South Carolina fans, and I'm like, bro, like, shut the fuck up. You got to win. I don't care about it. Listen,
South Carolina had a better resume than Alabama did.
I agree. And but for me, in regards to what you just said, like,
but they shouldn't have been in over SMU. I agree.
This shit could eventually turn into like the NCAA tournament, where every year we're sitting here and we're discussing who should have made it. And like you said, ultimately win the fucking games. I don't want to hear that shit. Next year, we're going to be like, they're going to be talking about this shit in a couple of years, like the NCAA tournament. Well, who's on the bubble? Yeah. And they're going to find some other cool statistical index for us to pretend to give a fuck about. That's what they're going to do. That's how they sell it to us. That's how they sell it to us.
But at the end of the day, I have more qualms whenever it was like between 4 and 5. Like that was an actual gripe. Like there was an actual argument and a debate that could be had. Alabama lost to fucking Oklahoma and SMU. Or not SMU. Alabama lost to Oklahoma and Vanderbilt, 2 500 teams on the road, and it wasn't close. Like Vandy dominated them. Oklahoma dominated them. And Oklahoma is awful this year. Awful. So, yeah, I'm done with that tangent, but it had to be said. I knew we were missing something in the intro, but I know me and Roddy were texting back and forth about it, so I had to get it off my chest. Alabama fans, shut the fuck up.
Hey, they'll be all right. I mean, Jake. They got Jake in them. Come on. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
All about money. I mean, look who they put us in a bowl game against.
So, listen, SMU should get the break speed off them. I'm sorry, like just to read. I like everything that Sam said. I like this game to be won by 3 touchdowns. I think Penn State will beat the shit out of them. I do not think it will be a conversation piece. There's nothing to be had.
There's a reason we put it at noon.
Absolutely. These games are won in the trenches. One team's big people are much better than the big people on the other side. Because discussion dead for me at that point. Outside of the only way SMU competes is if Penn State's secondary decides to shit the bed, but I don't think that SMU has enough playmakers to really make that a thing. And I also don't think their offensive line can hold up for 4 quarters against that pass rush. So,
no, hell no. And
hey, shout out to my barber Neff, yo. My barber Neff just said, "Hey, what's up, dog? Appreciate you pulling up." You
know. SMU though, I'm telling you right now, they are about to. They turn the ball over too much. That's the only thing that I have a problem with. And Penn State is the type of team where they'll get up by 3 scores and they'll sit on the ball. And that's where I think SMU is not going to be able to keep pace in this game. I like the 8.5 as an official. As well as everybody else. I really like Katron Allen over his 50.5 rushing yards. If you use props.cash, shout out to them. They got that boy. His line is like 50.5. They got him projected for like 69.5. So that's just where we're going there. So I don't think there's more to be said about this game. Y'all got anything else on this one?
The only reason I went first half SMU is for the reasons you guys just said. I think Penn State eventually covers full game, but I'm going to go with SMU in the first half. Right, I might have to drive over to the Indiana to bet that Katron Allen rush prop, though.
Allegedly. You're going to allegedly drive to Indiana again.
Yeah, allegedly.
Potentially.
Or Kentucky, allegedly.
That's right.
Potentially.
There we go. Maybe. We'll see. All right, so we're going to go to Austin, Texas. We got the Clemson Tigers coming in. Clemson, a 12-point dog to Texas? Some people think it's, valid, right? I don't. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I bet Clemson plus 12 as soon as it came out. It started at 11.5. I got it at plus 12. If that shit goes up to 14, 15, put your life on it. All right. I just don't. I think that Texas will win the game. Let me say that. But Texas's offense has been so inept over the last couple of weeks, and I think nobody is noticing it. We watched that A&M game. A&M gave them every single opportunity in the book to blow them out by 3 touchdowns, and they beat them by 10
Still try to give it away.
And still try to give the game away. Quinn, he's, hurt, whatever, oblique, ankle, whatever. I think he's going to be the same guy he's been all year. Very disappointing, in my opinion. But the biggest reason why I think Clemson is going to cover this, a lot of people are not getting into the fact that Isaiah Bond hurt his ankle again in the fourth quarter of the SEC championship. So, Sark is saying that he's going to try to go. We all know what that means. He's definitely not 100%. If this was a game against, the third-string quarterback against Florida, he's not playing. If this is a game against Colorado State, he's not playing. So I'm taking Clemson with the points. I think the under is going to hit as well. I think this is a 23-20 win maybe for Texas. But other than that, I think Texas is extremely overvalued. And they have been all year. But, let them people keep taking your money. So, Sosa, how you feeling about this one?
How am I feeling about this?
That was a question.
Did you ask how I was feeling about this?
Yes, I did.
I think Texas is going to lose.
Ooh.
Give me Clemson straight up. I think Clemson will win the game. I don't. First and foremost, I'm a Dabo guy. Believe it or not, I love Dabo. I'm not. I know y'all can say whatever the fuck you want. Listen, mobile quarterbacks, the only thing that really fucks up Clemson, their defense, I think, is going to have a much better showing against a non-mobile Quinn Ewers. You have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one. And I don't believe in Sark. Y'all can say whatever the fuck you want about Dabo Swinney. He's had, outside of Nick Saban and Kirby fucking Smart, he's had the most dominant run of any coach in the last 20 years. If I'm lying, say I'm lying.
Hey,
you can't because it's true. You really can't say shit.
Great when you have Trevor Lawrence.
I'm going to say it again. You really can't say shit. And then here's the thing. You know how people always want to talk about, well, they so-and-so should have got in? They won their fucking conference championship. Obviously, y'all can say whatever the fuck you want about the guy, okay? But somehow Kirby finds himself in situations where he can come out the outright winner. I think that this is it. I like Clemson. I'm taking them with the points. I think they can pull off a win. I think that Klubnik is a gamer. I think that unless Texas's front four, which is really good, their defense is good. They are good. Not taking anything away from them. But again, I like Klubnik. I like Dabo. I believe in him. I know that might make me crazy or might sound crazy, but y'all always talk about Dabo like Dabo wasn't stepping. And I hate that shit. The only 2 coaches in the last 20 years that can say they've had a better run in college football is Kirby and Nick. That's it. So he's right back in a familiar place. I think we're going to see. I think 12 points is absolutely disrespectful.
Yes.
Klubnik from Texas. He went head-to-head with Ewers in high school. They're familiar with each other. 12 points is too many fucking points. I'm sorry. Yeah. I think it's extremely disrespectful.
I agree.
What the fuck did Texas do against Georgia? And listen, we called the Texas Georgia game to a T.
Mm-hmm. I told you.
It wasn't difficult. Ewers can't move. The game's not. They're going to lose.
He can't hit.
I think that I think that Clemson's defense can match up with Texas's offensive talent for 60 minutes, and I think they can find a way to win the game.
Yeah, I mean, look, we called the SEC championship game. You had weeks on weeks to prepare, and you scored one more point than you did at the crib. What can I say? Against our backup, by the way.
With overtime.
Yeah, 19. You know what I'm saying? They scored that field goal, and that was it. So, hey, I'm just telling you. I don't know why everybody loves this team so much. But, Sam, how you feeling about this matchup?
See this little thing right here? Seeing the board?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting hot at the right time.
Okay, let's go.
I'm seeing the board to a T right now. Do we need to bring up the tweet at 12:30, eve of the playoff announcement?
Let me go do it. Let me get it.
This guy knows fucking college football right now.
And
this game is going to be close. This game is going to be close. But I think at the same time, the two times we've seen Clemson play against like an NFL style front, they've really struggled offensively. I don't hate the under. Initially, whenever I heard it out loud, I hated it, but I think Clemson is like, I got out the pen and paper to write this shit down. I was writing down all the seeds. I knew exactly how it was going to go. This guy knows. This is a secret 15th member of the playoff committee right here.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That shit was crazy. That's one of the craziest things like I've seen. This man sent us exactly how it would look like I want to say like 40 minutes after the last game ended.
As soon as Penn State lost, I knew exactly how I was going to go. But yeah, I'm going to take Clemson plus 12.5 or plus 12. And then at the same time, I don't know that they're going to pull it out because I think Texas defense is really good. I don't know what's going on with the offense. They got to figure something out. But like Sosa said, they do struggle with a mobile quarterback, and I'm going to take Arch Manning plus 205 anytime touchdown.
Okay.
Love that. I love that. So my only issue with the bringing in a quarterback, right? Like a wildcat quarterback, is the predictability of the offense when he's on the field. That's my only issue.
He's not a wildcat quarterback. He's good enough to he's proven he's good enough to spin it. Like,
I agree, but
that kid can spin it.
But see, that's the problem. When you put him in the game, the skill set you're preparing for is the run because yours can't move at all. You know what I mean? So that's my only problem. I mean, like you watch South Carolina, like Lenore Sellers, like he can't throw the ball. Yeah, but
he's an awful quarterback throwing the ball. But he can
a different level of freaky though in the open field.
I understand, but now you have a guy that can actually throw the ball. I think like short yardage packages, especially in the red zone, like Texas is going to need to pull out all the stops to try and like score some points here because the offense has struggled lately. So I think they're going to try. I think they've struggled whenever they played real competition. I think Clemson, like you said, Sosa, they have the talent there. They just haven't adapted to modern college football and like bringing in these transfer portal guys. But now that LSU's playing them first year, they're bringing in actual transfers. So yeah, I think Arch scores a touchdown. I think Texas wins in a close one, but I think this game is going to come down to the wire and it's going to be back and forth the entire way. Okay.
All right. Jake, how you feeling?
Well, I don't know if it's good when we're all on the same page here, but yeah, I mean, this line, I can't believe it's 12. I think that's egregious. I got Clemson plus 12 and the under 51.5. I bet that when it counts. I mean, if you just look at Texas' schedule, they dominated the first half of the year. Granted, they beat us. We suck. They played Oklahoma. They suck. They run into Georgia. They lose by 15 at home. Then they barely win
against one-dimensional teams. Like any team can, like any good defense, like they have, can prepare for a one-dimensional team.
Any team with a pulse that they've played has been within one score,
right? Or
they've lost. So I mean, I think Clemson goes in there. I think they run the ball. I think Maffa has a big day, and then I'm not gonna lie. I think the crowd in Austin is gonna get uneasy. I wouldn't be shocked if Arch gets put in like full time. And at some point in this game, I think if you start getting 3 and outs, boos, I think Sark will be inclined to put him in.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
It's not a bad take. I think that that's what will happen. I think if the games, if they're like, they'll be in a situation where they're like down at halftime. You just say, hey, listen, it's your show, buddy. Like, and you just gotta live with any of the mistakes he might make, because he just gives you a different dimension. So I completely see your thought process on that completely.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, anybody else got any picks for this game? Anything? All right. So we're all on Clemson, so that's going to end up good. I think Texas is going to win the game, but I think Clemson can cover. So we'll see what happens. Now. Let's go to a team who maybe wishes they weren't at home. Jake's favorite team to talk about, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They are getting a visit from the Tennessee Volunteers. Now, the streets are telling me that it's going to be 46% Tennessee fans in the stadium. That's what the streets are telling me. All right. If you know anything about Rocky Top, they do travel.
The best thing on Twitter this week is, without a doubt, like Tennessee fans going on Apple Maps and changing like Buckeye Stadium, Ohio Stadium to Neyland North, or on Google Maps changing it to putting a spot in the middle of the O, saying this is where Tennessee plants the flag.
Oh my God, they're unbearable, bro. Tennessee fans.
It's great though. It's great whenever it's not you.
Yeah. It's funny it's like a car crash, man. It's funny to watch it, but it sucks when it's you. So they're, like we said, getting a visit from Tennessee. Line's at 7.5 right now. It's juiced to Tennessee covering, which I think is very possible. I want to start with Jake on this one, though, because my point of contention with this matchup is Ohio State offensive line, okay? We know Seth McLaughlin. He came from Alabama last year. He's now their center. I think it's their right tackle I think he's going to come back. I don't know, but the offensive line,
Seth?
I was watching some all.
Are you talking Simmons?
Seth McLaughlin?
No, one of their tackles is out. I don't know if it's the right tackle or the left tackle.
Simmons tore his Achilles like a while. He's done.
McLaughlin tore his Achilles. The center tore his Achilles too.
Okay.
Well, no, the other kid tore his Achilles because they moved Seth to right guard or left guard or something. They moved him to guard.
Seth. No. Let me get this fixed for you. The center was Seth McLaughlin, Alabama last year. He tore his Achilles. The guy who played center for him last year moved back to center.
Okay, gotcha. And that kid is terrible. Anyway, I just want to say that kid is bad.
If you bring in Seth McLaughlin to replace you, you're terrible.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for winning the Rose Bowl for us, but yeah.
Yeah. So, Jake, when you're looking at this matchup, like, do you think your boys from down south are going to get it done, or are they on upset alert?
Well, up north for them where I reside, but I've been actually looking at tickets to this game. I might go because they're like $85. I might just go just to see the atmosphere. I'll wear all of this, so I might. It might not end well, but I hate doing this.
That's your home, Jake. That's your home. You're their daddy. You're their daddy, brother.
I hate to say
I'm sure
this,
you'll blend in better than Connor Stallions.
Maybe I am Connor Stallion. Maybe I'm the next one, allegedly.
Yeah.
No, I don't like saying this on a recorded stream, but I think this is belt to ass. Like, I think this is ugly. Like, I think this gets ugly for Tennessee. I think I don't know how it doesn't. Like, I don't think it mattered who plays in this game versus Ohio State. I think they realized what they did against Michigan was a joke. Like, even as a Michigan fan, like, I watched that and laughed for 4 hours. I was like, what are you guys actually doing? Betting wise, take Jeremiah Smith receptions and yards. Take Egbuka receptions. Take Will Howard pass attempts over. They're going to throw the ball all game. Because Ryan Day, he has to listen to the complaints from the fan base or he's done. Like, if they don't win, he's done. I think.
They're not impatient enough, man. They've let way worse coaches with way worse winning percentages stay for longer than him. I understand,
but he's 1-4 against Michigan. That's what they care about.
Yeah, that is what they care about. I agree. Sam, you look disgusted right now.
I'm taking OSU minus 7.5. Full game.
Oh Jesus!
As much as I hate, you guys know I wouldn't do that if I.
Yeah, no, we know.
This man watched the blueprint, like you just said, for 4 hours. He watched the fucking blueprint. I don't care if Ohio State runs out and throws the ball all over the fucking field. Tennessee has one of the best defensive lines in the country. Same as Michigan. This game is going to be the exact same one. It's under 46. It's Tennessee plus 7.5. And I'm even taking Tennessee fucking money line plus 235. Are you serious? Like, Tennessee
did we just become best friends?
Tennessee has a better offense than Michigan. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes or no? Like,
sure, it's still mid.
Bro, hold on. Listen, Sam, to add to what you're saying.
Whoa.
Sam, to add to what you just said, you're saying, dog, listen. There's an argument that we forget about Genty. Tennessee might have the best quarterback and running back left in the entire playoffs.
No, not quarterback.
Yes,
it's a conversation. It's a conversation. He's going to be
I wouldn't go that far, but
best running back for sure.
No.
Outside of Genty, I'm taking Samson over everyone.
Sure. We can have that discussion.
Even the dudes from my team, and I love my
Singleton's better than Jeremiah Love.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Dylan Sampson's going to go for 100 plus. Like, they're going to run all over Ohio State's defense, and they have the ability to throw the ball. Like, Nico hasn't been great this year. We kind of crowned him a little early, but he's tailed off. But at the same time, he's made throws to win games, and I think that's especially with the home field advantage nullified, which I fully believe Tennessee fans are going to engulf Ohio Stadium. You can shake your head all you want, but there's going to be a lot of more.
They're going to be deep.
I think there'll be a lot, but I don't agree.
I'm not saying they're going to take over, but the home field is nullified.
Right.
It's not this. It's not like it was against Michigan or Indiana. Like, it's not that same vibe. So I'm taking Tennessee plus 7.5. It's an unbelievable spread. I can't believe it's this large. Like, Ohio State's got the talent, but their coaching staff is so fucking inept. Chip Kelly sucks as an offensive coordinator. It's not Chip Kelly from 2007. He's not innovative. They keep doing the same shit over and over again. If they run into that Tennessee front, it's not going to work. So I'm taking Tennessee on the spread. I'm taking Tennessee on the money line, and I'm taking under because I think this is going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to play out exactly like Michigan did. And I think Will Howard is not good enough to win this game for them.
Yeah, so my personal plays on this game, I know they're going to throw the ball a lot, Jake. I definitely agree with you, but I don't think Tennessee's allowed a 300-yard passer. Now, I know his prop is at 234.5 on my book, but they haven't allowed a quarterback to just straight go off. I think Carson might have had like 290 or 300 when we played them, but other than that, like, they haven't had a lot of quarterbacks that have just had a lot of experience. I think if we're talking about a DB group, now the best player in the defensive backfield on the field will be Caleb Downs. There's no doubt about that. But I think as a unit, I trust Tennessee's DBs more than I trust Ohio State's DBs. And I have Tennessee on the money line too. I think that either y'all's game, you and Sosa's game, Sam, was going to have an upset, or this game, and I think it's this game. I don't see Ohio State doing to Tennessee what needs to be done in order to win. I just don't. So I think Dylan's going to be able to run the ball. They're going to be physical. And the offensive line for Ohio State is my biggest issue, because if you can't give Will protection, if he can't have all day back there, he's not going to win you a game, bro. He's just not going to do it. So I got Tennessee plus 240 on my book. That's what I got. Simple and plain.
I did a lot of thinking on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I did a lot of thinking on this one. I think Ohio State might beat the brakes off these boys, bro. I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I'm thinking Tennessee hasn't given up 20 points. They've given up 20 points twice all year.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive front, like, they got the best defensive player probably on the field. I'm not disputing that. But we will find out on Saturday if these players.
That's wrong. They don't have the best defensive player on the field.
You don't think Pierce the best defensive player?
Caleb
I like that. Oh, God. He's a soft. He can't answer the league. He don't count. I'm not listening to y'all. He's a true
Oh,
soft.
okay.
Y'all talking about?
League
He can't enter the draft right now, so he don't even count.
League ready player. I feel you, even though.
Right. So listen, I want to believe in Tennessee. But I really think Nico's chain might be fake. And I think he'll eventually get a real one. I think he'll eventually save up enough coins to go to a nice jeweler and get a real chain. But right now, his shit is fake. To me, I think that
you're a fraud. You know what? I'm saying you're a fraud. You are the king of the hypo fucking bandwagon. And for you to be sitting here saying
I knew this was coming. That's why.
Fuck that.
Listen, I swear to God, bro, I was fully prepared. Like 3 days ago. I'm like, Nico's gonna go to Ohio, and then I'm like, they got the good defense, but like, I see Dave do interviews and shit, and like, he actually looks like he's chilling. He don't look like he's like stressed. And
that motherfucker was chilling after the game when they were playing the flag on him. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
His players get pepper spray.
I think it's a situation here where the Michigan game was really bad. It was really, really bad. It was. There's no disputing that. You didn't trust the quarterback. You didn't trust your playmakers. You froze up in front of the hose. I get it. I totally get it. Okay, but this is my thing.
College football in the last like 3 years at least.
The weather should be pretty shitty. I love Nico. I think Nico will be something. I love Josh Heupel. I believe in Heupel.
Why are we acting like Tennessee is in the middle of fucking Florida? Like Tennessee gets this weather.
Nico's from California. Nico's from California. Let's start there.
I don't care. He plays in Tennessee.
He hasn't played that good. Listen, Nico looked good. Nico looked great against fucking cereal boxes, nigga. Like he looked good against bad fucking teams.
Great. He just needs to be better than fucking Alex Orji.
Okay. Damn. Now I wasn't even Orgy. Who was the other bum ass motherfucker that threw the pick at the goal line? That was the worst interception of the year. Holy shit. Oh my god, dog! I can reload. Who the fuck was that?
Fucking lost.
My thing is like with this game, everyone just remembers the Michigan game because it was the last game. Why don't we talk about the Tennessee when they lost at Arkansas?
That's true. I give it to you.
They scored 14 points on Arkansas. What?
It wasn't the middle of Florida.
Cleared that. What are we talking about?
Huh?
Yeah,
they've cleared that. Like they beat Alabama since then.
Yeah, but Alabama, like they're not.
Like, why don't we talk about Ohio State losing? Ohio State lost by 1 at Oregon.
Listen, I would love.
I don't think Oregon's that good either. Everyone sucks. Everyone sucks.
But Ohio State led that game for like 39 minutes.
Pot of gold said it best. Everyone fucking sucks this year, and Ohio State does too. So whenever they fucking lose their home field advantage, they're going to lose this game. If it at the very least they win by less than a touchdown.
I legit think Ohio State might win this game by 20.
Yeah,
like I'm confident in the Buckeyes in this game.
Just because the game is dog. Yeah. I think that listen, if any game Ryan Day is going to empty the clip.
Yeah.
And I mean like every gun in the house, every single one. Is somebody at the front door and they're not welcome. I'm telling you.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope they lose by 50. But I don't see it.
They're not going to get beat that bad.
But listen, I'm not. Listen, I know. Sam is like frustrated because like, listen, I looked at everything, bro. And one of these big spreads got to be a big spread for a reason. I ain't like one of them.
It's Penn State. That's the reason.
It's us. It's us too, though, because we're going to fuck y'all up.
Ooh, look, we're getting to it. We're getting to it. I promise you, we're getting to it. Look, I got to be like Jonathan Majors. Hold on.
What the fuck you mean by that? You finna dress terribly?
Yeah, for the dress like it's
and get your first badge on at 40.
Look, I'm just telling you. Yeah. Hold the dogs off. We got one thing that we're gonna get into really quickly before we get to the big one. I didn't even think this was gonna be the big one, but whatever. We got Isaiah Bond. Pete Thamel is saying that he's facing long odds to play. That spread's gonna go down very quickly. So I'm telling y'all right now, get it plus 12. Get it. Go.
Plus
go
12.
right now.
Wow.
Go right now.
Then some true freshman catches like 5 passes for 136 that we never fucking heard of.
Yeah, man. I doubt it. If Quinn could get him the damn ball, shit.
You hear me?
Maybe. So we'll see. But all right, it's time.
No, but hold on, real quick. Official play for this game. All things Jeremiah Smith.
Okay.
And I want to say, I want to say all things Abuka as well. Listen, if Ryan Day, if he does not empty the clip in this game, he will be
You know Will Howard fucking sucks, right? You know Will Howard sucks.
Yes, I'm fully aware that he sucks.
No, you don't, because you're saying that everyone's going to go over their numbers. But how the fuck are they going to do that whenever Will Howard sucks?
Because this is where the I have more talent wins this one. It's going to win this one. They have more talent at receiver. The receivers.
They have more talent than everyone on their fucking roster.
I know. Ibuka better not go out like a hoe. That's all I'm saying. Ibuka can't go out like a hoe.
Dumbass can't coach. He was born on third base.
He was born.
He was born halfway to third base.
Nah, he was born
halfway home. Halfway from home to between home and third. He didn't even have to run the whole 60 feet. I hear you. Well, 90.
I think you'll be able to tell really early in this game, like if Ohio State goes like 3 and out a couple of times. I think then I'm like, oh no.
Yes, that's what I think is going to happen.
They got to start
fast. Exactly like the fucking Michigan game. No, they should have. No, brother, they should have beat your all's ass. Like if this was the year, if there was a year to do it, it was this year.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Brother, I have 40.
And they just kept going 3 and out. They just kept doing the same shit over and over again. And I think he's just going to do it again.
Sam, I'm telling you, when they see a winged helmet, they lose brain cells. They don't know how to play football. That's the only explanation I can give for that game.
Jesus Christ, man. Y'all got me weaker in here, man. This is the best debate we've had all year. Okay. Let's go to the last game, fellas. It's actually tomorrow. So we if you want to get your bets in, you got to get them in soon. We got 24 hours. We have Indiana going to South Bend, Indiana. Right now, Indiana is 7 points. All right. They're getting 7 points. All right. I got to be honest with you, Sosa.
I prefer you lie to me.
I like your DB group. I think you have the best DBs in the country. Okay. However, that front 7 worries me. Okay. Because the linebackers, they're a little light in the ass. All right. The front 7 is a little iffy. And I think the reason why Indiana lost the game that they did this year is because I'm telling you, I think.
Listen to Georgia fans just lie.
I'm just being honest with you.
Our front 7, bro. Secondary might be the most hurt area of our fucking defense. Our best D-back's on IR. He can't even fucking play.
And y'all are still good. That's why I said y'all are the best DB group in the country. I think y'all have elite DBs. Bro, you got 2 dudes who are going to play on Sunday.
You can name 5 front 7s better than mine. If you can, please name them. We'll sit here. Please name them.
I can't do 5. I can't do that much.
All right.
But I will tell you that the reason why Indiana lost to Ohio State.
Their fronts. Oh man, you call your dealer, tell him you want your money back.
Look, all I'm saying is give me Indiana +7. I don't think they're going to win the game, but I think they're going to keep it close enough.
Say Indiana's front 7 is better than mine?
I don't know. I can't say. I don't know.
I said that was a top 5 in.
Oh, top 5. Okay. I don't think it's I think if they're able to run the ball, USC was able to run the ball. And Curtis, I think look, y'all play a lot of man. Sig is going to have some man beaters ready and dialed up. I got them covering. I don't know if they win, but I got them covering at least. So, Jake, we'll start with the neutral party here. How are you feeling?
Yeah, Jake, actually, I was talking to Sosa about this one the other day. I've been going back and forth on it. I finally came to a conclusion. I think Indiana keeps it close for a half or maybe 3 quarters. But I think that O-line and that run game wears Indiana down. I mean, you saw them versus Michigan. We should have beat them. If we had a quarterback, we beat them by 17 points. We kicked 2 field goals inside the 7-yard line. That's how shitty we were this year. Our trenches absolutely dominated them. Mason Graham killed them all game. Kenneth Grant all game. They had, 19 yards of offense in the second half versus us? And then they play Ohio State, get blown out. I think the run game of Jeremiah Love, the offensive line, eventually wears them down, and I think Notre Dame's going to cover this game late. I think they cover it late. And I am doing first drive, Indiana to punt, -105.
Listen, there's only one person I want to talk to right now. There's only one person I want to talk to right now, and it's you, Sam. I like your hat. I like your sweater. Did you get it at Goodwill? No? You paid for that? You should take it back. We're going to beat the shit out of y'all. I just want to make it clear. We're going to beat the fuck out of Indiana on tomorrow night. And the season's over, bro. It's been a fun run. I'm glad y'all were able to do something in the football program that only your basketball program could do. But this is going to be a worse ass whooping than Joe with Jermaine, bro. It's going to be the worst ass whooping in the state of Indiana that you have ever fucking seen in your life. And y'all aren't getting your asses whooped to greatness like Michael and Tito and them. You're getting your asses whooped, and the program's going to suck for the next 5 fucking years. So I'm glad you had this time. It's been a fun run. It's been a real fun run. But we're going to beat the shit out of you tomorrow. And that's, I just want to be direct about it because, I like that you got all dressed up for the evening, and I'm happy about that, right? But it's fuck IU, and I love you, bro, but it's over. It's like when Dan Lanning was like, they're fighting for clips. The dream dies today, brother. The dream is dead. Yeah, this guy doesn't know shit. I don't even know who the fuck that is. But yeah, man, that was my analysis. We're better than you, which is why we're going to beat the shit out of you. I don't really need to say anything else. But feel free to tell us how you feel about this matchup and any bets that you might have, sir. Just keep in mind, he's an LSU fan, by the way.
Yeah, with a IU degree. I mean, if you want to, you didn't give any actual
lawsuit. Tell me about his degree.
You didn't give any actual. My mom cheered at IU, so I have any right to cheer for Indiana.
Shout out to her. Shout out to moms.
Good for her.
I respect her fandom.
If we want to talk actual analysis, you didn't give any fucking actual analysis.
We're
you just said your team's better. No,
we are.
Common opponents, IU beat them 66-0. You beat Purdue 66-7. So if we want to talk actual analysis on who's better on the field, that's fine. These are two great defenses. Both teams are great defenses. IU shut down Ohio State's running game. That's all they wanted to do. They couldn't do it. Indiana without sack yardage, they ran for 150 yards on Ohio State's defense, which I think is a better front seven than Notre Dame's. So yeah, I think this game is going to be about 60-40 IU Notre Dame fans. I don't think it's going to be a very good home field. You all lost.
We're going to beat you by 20, but my fault.
You all lost your only home field advantage whenever you weren't playing a team from the South. I've been to Notre Dame Stadium. It's a fucking joke of a home field crowd. It's a shit stadium. It's dog shit. They still got bleachers. It's a joke of a stadium. The fact that people actually compare it to one of the best home environments in the country. If you want to be Catholic and make your way to the Grotto, sure, that's cool and all, but it's not an actual home field stadium or home field advantage in any way, shape, or form.
Better than me.
IU's quarterback is better. Riley Leonard is a fucking joke. You said I remember you texting us against USC whenever you were playing USC, and you all have been lulled to sleep. You do this about every 4 or 5 years where you get lulled to sleep by your shit schedule, and you just actually are we have a real team. We have a real team.
Have you seen who the fuck y'all have played?
Michigan and Ohio State are better than any team that you all.
That's a lie.
So shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Let's talk about the other teams. Let's talk about the other teams, brother.
Am I going to be able to speak, or are you going to just interrupt all the time?
My fault. My bad.
Michigan, Ohio State is better than any defense you all have played, and they've actually move the ball. Like I don't agree with Jake, like what he said. Like I know Michigan had a better second half, but Indiana, there was no threat that Michigan could even win that game. Like it was a joke. Michigan is a joke of an offense. The fact that they beat Ohio State is a joke. So I think there's a giant misconception with what happened in the Ohio State game. Jake, I was there. Shut up. You're not allowed to talk. There was no threat to Ohio State or to Michigan winning that game. Ohio State won their game as bad as they did because of a fumble inside the 10-yard line by the punter and a punt return for a touchdown. Ohio State's offense didn't do anything. Like, they threw the ball, but I don't think Riley Leonard can beat Indiana's DBs. Like, you all have no threats. You have no weapons outside. You all are a joke, and that's been your biggest downfall for these last 30 years because you have no talent on the outside.
We have no talent on the outside. We have the ancillary playmakers to make plays to win the game, and that's what we're going to do. But
I don't think you do. Not against a real defense.
We're going to do it in style.
Indiana's a top 10. Indiana's a top 10 to top 5 defense across the board.
Y'all are going to be wishing that
they're not going to be able to run the ball like they want to.
That y'all had JMU out there because JMU
Your
probably give us more smoke than y'all
really
bum-ass niggas. I'm just saying, JMU probably give us more smoke than y'all. Signetti's probably going to be wishing he never even came to Indiana.
And they have the better quarterback. So I'm going to take Indiana on the spread, and I'm going to take over 52.
We're going to put this segment on Smack DVD URL. Like, that was the most – I've never seen these two like this. Like,
I got the Hoosier pack ready. I'm just letting you know. I got plenty of it. And I promise you, by halftime, their will be broken. Rourke? Fuck Rourke. We're going to beat the shit out of them. We're going to beat the shit out of you tomorrow.
He's from Canada, man. Calm down.
Jake, still love you, Sam. You were looking crazy. We're going to beat the shit out of you. Crazy.
I mean, I totally disagree with the fact that we didn't have a chance to win that game. We had a 2-point conversion we missed with 5 minutes left to tie it, and then we had the ball with 2 minutes to win it, and we kicked 3 field goals inside the 20. Like, we totally could have won.
And there was no threat because your offense wasn't a threat.
Oh, that's what I said earlier.
Indiana's defense is that good.
No,
it is the most underrated. It will be the most underrated defense. It will be the most underrated unit on the field. Like, Indiana can play defense. That is their best unit. And the fact that, like, it doesn't get the respect, like, they're better in almost every metric against Notre Dame. Like, in terms of statistics, I looked it up before the show. Indiana is better statistically, and they've played better offenses than fucking it. You all are playing the fucking service academies, and you're telling me that you all played a tougher schedule? Are you shitting me? Yeah, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. Yes, I'm talking to you. This is the Indiana defense is just that good.
Does he know he's on mute?
He has no idea he's on mute. He has no idea. He has no idea.
Florida fucking International? What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
You're talking about a game from the fucking
Western Illinois, 77-3. Oh my god. Fucking UNC Charlotte. Is that a joke? You beat Maryland by 14 fucking points. Maryland was a fucking monstrosity the whole year. Northwestern. Kick rocks, bro. I can't wait till tomorrow. Now, I'm even more excited about tomorrow.
Northern Illinois.
This nigga's we got one loss. You're right. And since that, no offense been able to do shit. We let Mayava do a little bit against us with USC. But like I said, tomorrow night when we beat the brakes off, y'all, it's gonna be.
You let USC's backup quarterback throw for 400 fucking yards.
Played fucking Florida International and Western Illinois.
You played USC against their backup quarterback, and he scored 35.
He's the better quarterback.
He was dropping dimes every fucking play.
He's the better quarterback on the team. Miller Moss was ass after week 3. Didn't your team lose to Miller Moss?
Yes, LSU did. I'm not fucking talking about LSU. I'm not talking about LSU. I'm not talking about LSU. I'm talking about IU.
We didn't lose to him. We played USC with a better quarterback. And we beat them.
And your quarterback sucked.
Your team got undressed opening night by Miller fucking Moss.
Listen, you're right.
Now you got a new team. Say. Now you're a Crip.
No, I'm not. I have an IU degree. I'll go get it for you right now. My mom cheered at IU.
Go get the degree. Go get the degree.
Like,
go get the degree.
What are we talking about?
Go get the degree. Damn it.
Let me see. Alums can't cheer for IU, or alums can't cheer for the school anymore.
So that IU education should let you know that your team's gonna fucking get smoked tomorrow.
Northern Illinois.
All right, fellas.
That was like 2 months ago. Bro.
IU lost to Ohio State.
You know how much shit I could have done in 2 months?
Jake, we can leave. Like, we don't have to be here.
I could be like 1/3 of a pregnancy through. Like, what are we saying? Like, that's a long fucking time, bro. Like almost a whole trimester.
Well, that was my first note written down on this game. This is the battle of teams who haven't played shit. Like, you guys both have not played anybody. Like, let's be honest.
Ohio State, Michigan.
But you got
killed.
Stop playing. Let's kill the narrative right now. A fumble inside the 5-yard line and a punt return for a touchdown. That's not killing them.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
those are fluke plays.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. If we had a quarterback, we beat.
It's not a fluke play when the ball is shaped like a weird. Like it's not fluke plays when the ball is weirdly shaped. There's nothing fluke about that.
That's 100% a fluke play. That plays some aspect into the game, but that's not like Ohio State did not dominate Indiana. They scored more points. That's fine. Let's see it.
7:30 in the parking lot. Me and you.
Whenever there's 35,000 Indiana fans in the stadium and you're all's little like shit stadium that you actually call as like a home field advantage.
And they're walking out at halftime because they're on the hub.
I will agree with you on that, Sam.
We're going to beat the fuck out of y'all. I can't fucking wait. We're going to beat the shit out of y'all.
Ronnie,
and I won't even be mad. I'll forgive you tomorrow, Sam.
UGA fucking did it. Like,
I'll totally forgive you.
Who else went up there? Little old Cincinnati. Sosa remembers that game. Half the crowd was Cincinnati fans.
That's the thing. Sosa's been lulled to sleep. Like they do this every like couple years where they're like, "Oh, we're the best team in the country." Like you don't play anybody. You don't play anybody. You don't lose in the championship. You did that in 2012. Whenever there was only two teams that got in.
Indiana's a nobody, so we're going to beat the fuck out of y'all.
I understand that. I literally led off the show saying Indiana is the worst D1 or Power 4 program in the history of college football. I said that, and you all are supposed to be this big bad wolf that's done nothing since you've been alive. That's fine. You've never seen anything real. That's fine and dandy. Every time your team has stepped in the actual spotlight, you've got your ass whooped.
I wouldn't say all that because the big bad wolf died all the time. We're not going to die this time. We're going to win. So that's a bad analogy for me.
Jesus Christ.
Every time your team stepped in the spotlight in the last 30 years, you've gotten your ass whooped. That's fine. Yeah, well, if you want to acknowledge it.
Tomorrow night.
That's fine too.
Tomorrow night's a different story.
If you beat Indiana, it's a lose-lose for you.
Indiana down by 4 touchdowns in the
first
half.
If you win, you beat Indiana. It won't be first half.
I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Ass whooping.
I didn't know this was gonna happen.
Alexa, play Belt to Ass by Lil Durk. Free that nigga too.
I had no idea this was gonna happen. Okay, well, Jake, please save us. Please give us your best bets. It can be on any of the slate that we've already talked about, or any bowl games that are coming up. How are you feeling about this slate? Or
you'll see me tomorrow night. Spaces whenever IU wins.
My best bet would probably.
Oh, so I definitely won't be seeing you. Fair enough.
I got two best bets: Ohio State -7.5, under in Clemson and Texas.
Okay,
there we go. Let's go with Sam. How you feeling? Give us anything you got left, boss.
I got nothing left, but I'll do a recap. Indiana +7, Indiana Notre Dame over 52. Penn State -9, Katron Allen, Nick Singleton, anytime touchdown parlay, +156. Clemson +12, Arch Manning, anytime touchdown, +205. Tennessee +7.5, Tennessee, Ohio State under 46, Tennessee moneyline +235.
All right, there we go. Sosa, best bets. Oh my God, bro. Jesus Christ.
Notre Dame -25. Let's start there.
-24. You're fucking scared. You're not gonna fucking tweet that shit. You're fucking fraud.
You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't even support my team.
Yeah, you're a fraud. You're not gonna give out. You're not gonna give out that.
I'm
bet,
not giving that out. I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit. I'm not gonna. I'm just kidding. That was directed directly at you. That was only to you, bro. Listen, I got to agree with Sam, or not Sam, with Jake on the Ohio State situation. I want to believe in Heupel and the gang. I just don't think Nico's ready yet. And I think he's going to be a hell of a player. I just don't think he's ready yet. Penn State to cover, and Penn State to really beat the shit out of them. Because trench wise, I don't think SMU stands a chance against them. And yeah, give me Clemson with the points and something small on Clemson's money line as well. We're like pretty much aligned for the most part. But then we're on the opposite side for two. I honestly do believe that Notre Dame wins and covers. I think our trenches are better than theirs. I think our big people are better than their big people. And I think the dream ends and dies for the Indiana Hoosiers tomorrow night. And I think that they'll fight, because the game starts at 0 for both teams. But after about, one quarter, it should be a pretty much a thumping. And, the whole home field advantage not mattering, I guess we'll see tomorrow. I know those slanted lines will be in the end zone. And
I give y'all
we should just beat the brakes off of y'all. Listen, I don't believe in Indiana. Nothing that Sam said was a lie. Notre Dame's done this before, like where they've been really good and people say we didn't beat anybody, and then the only team we lost to the one year was the eventual national champion by like less than 5 points. But
Northern Illinois, are they the eventual national champions this year?
That's something. We gotta look into.
Did they finish 500?
I don't know if they might have a debate team. They might have a debate team. They might have a golf team. They might be good at something. Now you're generalizing. Like, just because you're not good at football doesn't mean you're not good at everything. But what's funny is we're in the same place as you, only it's in our stadium. And again, I don't want to talk too much.
You're in the same place as Indiana, even though you're this proud tradition of a program. And Indiana is supposed to be the worst Power 4 program in the history of college football, and yet you're in the same place.
Yep.
All right, look.
Not for long, though. They'll be out of the stadium in 60 minutes with an L.
These two will go on forever. Clemson plus 12, Indiana plus 7, under on Will Howard's passing yards, 234.5, under in the Tennessee and Ohio State game. I got Katron Allen over 50.5 rushing yards in the Penn State game, and I got the money line on Tennessee. This is paid for play. Please join our bracket challenge. You guys got less than 24 hours to join that for $250 worth of winnings. We want to thank Jake for finally joining us. Any last words? Any thing you want to tell the people where to find you? Any of that?
Nah, you can just follow me on Twitter. That's about all the social media I'm on. But thanks for having me. Hopefully I can get on with you guys next season. I enjoyed it. Appreciate it. And fuck Ohio State. Even though I'm betting on them, fuck them.
We can agree on that.
You're contracted now. You're coming back next week.
I'll come back next week.
The Tuesday before the New Year's games and all that stuff. So, boys, anything else other than fuck the other one's team? Like, you got anything, on your Christmas list that you're glad you're getting for anybody? Like, what's going on?
No, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for joining all year.
There we go. Sosa, anything from you?
Merry Christmas to all of y'all. Again, it's all love. Me and Sam are very passionate about our teams. I give him a hard time because he's an LSU fan, but as we know, he did go to Indiana. He also got Notre Dame scraps as a head coach at his number one team. So, we have that connection there forever.
1988.
I said
it's a good year. 88 was a good year. 88 was a good year. I'm not going to you can't break my soul or my happiness. Again, tomorrow, when the games are played between the white lines, I hope to find you afterwards, and you're just as graceful in defeat. That's all I hope.
Well, we'll see. We'll be live for the Saturday games. We're gonna have a watch along, so be sure to follow @PlayForPlay again. We got our bracket challenge. Other than that, We'll holla at y'all when it's time for the next round. Round 2, it'll probably be around that Monday or Tuesday. But until then, man, y'all have a good one. Peace.
Love you, Sam.